Hello everyone, this is Manish from Domsky, and this is the second part of forms procession. As in our last video, we checked what are the difference between personalized survey and omnibus survey and partial survey. Also, we went through the entity structure of forms through survey, which entity contain which data from where we can navigate through to get the responses and question response, etc. In today's video, we would be creating personalized survey. Also, we will create a Power Automate to distribute these service. We have a small example here. Let me open this particular flow. We have an example saying whenever a case is approved, our Power Automate will be triggered to send a survey to recipient, and it will create an invitation link that would be received to the recipient. Using that invite link, user would be able to see case number onto the form. He will submit that particular form. We would be getting the response in CRM, and that particular response will be tagged with the case number or case record.
So let us jump on the personalized survey creation, opening the Forms Pro portal, clicking on Pro Survey, and it will navigate us to a design page where we can design survey and create questions. Now let us give our survey a heading like Welcome to Dwemsky help page. Then we will add a subtitle that could be please fill up your feedback form. And remember, all those two fields would be visible to the users or the recipient. Also, heading of the survey is the name of the survey which Microsoft going to resolve in next release. Now we will add image to our header. We will upload logo from our PC. So image has been successfully uploaded, and the next option we have is to install the theme. Installing theme means adding background image or background color of the header. I will add background color which matches our logo. That would be hash 292929. This is pretty much it with the design of the survey. Next would be adding the questions. When we click on add new, there are 8 type of options available like text, choice, rating, date, NPS score, etc. And we can also divide our survey in sections. Next pretty awesome thing is we get some suggestion of question based on any survey we created in past or based on their popularity, even when we are creating it for the first time. We will quickly select all these questions and add select. So we have finished creation of forms for our survey, and it was quite easy as it took us only a minute to complete it. So next would be exploring some settings. Clicking on these three dots, and first option we got is share. So this survey is created by me, so no other team member would be able to access it or edit it. And the option here is to share the survey for the collaboration. We don't have the permission option like read, update or delete. It simply asks them to collaborate and can be edited by whoever it is shared to with that link. Next option is our survey variable. As discussed in our example, we would be creating a local variable as case number, and this case number would be mapped from the Power Automate while creating the invitation, and recipient would be able to see his case number using this variable. We have some default values like first name, last name. These variable cannot be deleted as those are default. And at the end we have our case number. We will set our case number default value as null. Now the third option is branching rule. Branching rule gives us a nesting feature like putting a rule name here, hide last name. We will add a condition that whenever the question first name is answered, we would be adding a action that question last name will hide at that time. We will save and go to the preview to see it in action. We will fill up the first name, and you can see our second question which was last name is hidden now. Same way we can apply the nurturing for other questions also. Let us delete the last branching rule we created. We can skip the multi-language option and we'll click on more setting. We can go through these setting in later stages. But the important one is it says which email address to send the survey from. There would be only one address here, and we won't be able to add a new email here. So for this, we can take help from the Microsoft. We can raise a ticket and they will give us an option to add another email. Coming back to our form, we have one thing missing, that is our variable case number. We will add our case number onto the question or in the subheading. It will be reflected like please fill up the feedback form for this case number. Now it's time to set up the distribution of the survey. Clicking on send, and there would be 5 options to set up the distribution. First 2 would be for the personalized, direct email and Power Automate. Next 3 would be for anonymous survey like I'm adding on the website, link or QR code. These 3 are required for the anonymous survey. We will click on email. This is a direct email section from the Power Form itself. We can send it. Clicking on 2, we will enter an email 123@doemski.com and it will auto resolve if that record exists in CRM or not. Even this email doesn't exist in CRM, we can send the survey as a personalized survey, but the question arises, if we don't have the record in CRM, how come this can be a personalized survey? It should be an anonymous survey, right? But the answer is, if this email doesn't exist in CRM, it creates a contact for it in CRM and will create an invite as well. We will create a Power Automate to send the feedback survey. We have an option here to use the default template, edit it and save it as our own template. But there is a gap. We can't insert the variable onto the subject, and that's the reason I am not using this feature, that is send a survey. I would be creating a separate Power Automate using create an invitation action. But we will see that how out of the box template look like. We will click on the configure a flow, and this out of the box template naming as whenever a case is resolved, send a survey. This out of the box template is fully configured. If I click on it and I scroll down, you will find an action here, send a survey, which is leveraging the email template. On the 2, we have email to whom we want to send the survey to, then selecting the survey, and we have email template to choose from the previous screen. Then we have our variables like first name, last name, and the case number, which we can map it through the dynamic content of case number from the case. This will be reflected to the recipient on the form. So this was the first part of creating personalized survey. In next part, we will create custom Power Automate from scratch, and we will use create an invitation action there. Thank you.